Hi guys, this is your boy Martin from ToursOn3.com. Let's promote this business. It's the coolest tour and rental agency on 3 wheels in the world. If not in the world, for sure in the Europe. And today's video, it's about my biggest worry, VSS fault. To make this more interesting, 2 RYKERs, brand new RYKERs out of 4 that I own, 2 have VSS fault. These are brand new bikes. They are 2021 Rally 900 models, 2,000 kilometers, so something like 1,200 miles, and they both has VSS faults. Top it up with both of them are having, of course, different codes. So today's video is about what are the codes about? How was the situation evolving? Was I able to spot it coming? Was I able to fix it on the road and continue riding with my guests? What is the recommended fix? And what Martin the Vlogger will be doing. This is what this video is all about. 2022 rules. No video ads on YouTube. How cool is that? And no bullshit around. Straight to the point, apart from promoting a little bit of ToursOn3.com. Now, enough of this. Let's get started. Le Mans. Let's start with Le Mans because the trouble it's, I would say, much easier and occurs quite frequently. So Le Mans is having trouble. Kid, if you are watching, I know you love this bike. You always say it's yours bike. Actually, it's mine, but yeah, it's having trouble. So the trouble, it appeared the VSS fault was always appearing, and it happened to me, let's say, 3-4 times. It was only happening when starting the bike, so never while riding. While riding, everything was fixed, and the tours or whatever I've been doing was always fine. So what was the kind of characteristics of this trouble? You know, on the tours, we always go out and in front, and I explained the situations. People were hitting brakes. We were doing starting of the bikes, you know, turning on dashboards and all this kind of stuff. And then the VSS was there and didn't want to go away. So I went for a ride, returned back, turned off the bike, removed the key, and VSS was not there anymore. So what's this trouble all about? In case something like this is happening to you, there is a high chance that it has something to do with the battery. And either you are having 2019 RYKER, maybe even 2020, and your battery is just simply getting weak. Especially when you are having crazy lights and a lot of music. Or what can happen also is that your battery connection, it's loose. So make sure that's normal problem on Spider models. It doesn't matter if you do upgrades or you don't do, you touch the battery or not. From time to time, you shake, you are on a shaky road, whatever, the battery connection can go loose and can create a lot of trouble. So first thing is to check the battery connection. If that's all tight, then most probably you are having problems with the battery. What is the easiest solution is to actually juice the battery, so fill up the battery, recharge it, and see if the VSS is there. If it's not there, it's most probably, again, weak battery. Now, what is of course, the recommended solution is, in case something like this is happening, recommended solution is to change the battery. Now, what Martin the Vlogger will do, basically, at the moment, I'm all fine. I have recharged the bike. We went for several rides. There is no VSS fault whatsoever. So I really do believe it's about the battery. Now, however, I know that sooner or later, I will need to replace the battery. So of course, on Martin the Vlogger, I will be not replacing it with stock battery. I have like MartinTheVlogger.com/shop is the largest European shop for Can-Am Spider and RYKER aftermarket parts. I have more than 350 items on my shop. So of course, I will replace it with more powerful battery with one cool feature. Not only that it's more powerful, much lighter, but it has also cool feature. Now, guys, if you are watching in the US, like, of course, the point is to run promo and navigate you to my shop. But in case you are in US, I cannot sell this to you because it's a lithium. And it's quite complicated to send it overseas. So go to Antigravity batteries and search for these two. These are great for RYKERs. They will fit almost like 1-to-1. The dimensions are pretty much the same. Look what I can do. Oops. Look what I can do with the battery. Like, it's super light. It's unbelievable how light it is. And it's more powerful. So it means it gives more juice to your spark plugs, and your bike will run smoother. And no, you will not cook your bike or whatever. It's just more powerful, badass battery, super light. Now, as you can see, I have HD and I have no HD. Now this battery will, in case I will need to replace it, it will go on Le Mans, because Le Mans doesn't have any music, Le Mans doesn't have any lights, like additional, like I'm not making a Christmas tree out from it, all right? So this one is all good for it. In case you are having extra LEDs, in case you are having the, let's say, what was that? LEDs and music, I'm sorry. Go for HD because it has more capacity. Now, what's the super cool function about these batteries, apart from much more powerful batteries and lighter? Have a look here. It's a restart button. Now, it happened to me 2 or 3 times on the Spider this year, on the Beast. I just simply forgot to turn off the bike. Of course, RYKER is a little bit different because it turns out automatically, but in case you are having those lights or music and you forgot to turn it off and it doesn't have function to automatically turn off, you will kill your battery, because once it's juiced out, you will not bring it to life. I mean, you will, but it's so weak. This thing right over here, it will automatically turn off. The battery is so smart that it will automatically turn off when there is a minimum limit, so you will never drain it out. That means when it happened, let's say your music was playing, it juiced out the battery, it will automatically turn off. So what you will need to do then, in order to start your bike again, just open the hood and press the restart button, and the bike will have enough juice for 10 more starts. How cool is that? Now, of course, in case you are in Europe, MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. Now, let's talk about Mrs. Beats. So the most dancing bike we have, and her trouble. So how it appeared, what is actually the problem, and how I solved it on the road, and what is the general solution. So I was riding on twisty roads, on very twisty roads, with the guest, and guest was very skilled guy. So I turned on rally mode and was doing like what Martin the Vlogger is doing, so riding super crazy. And then the VSS fault came to the game, so we pulled over. I was not able to get rid of it, no matter if I have unplugged the batteries. I'm always taking like the screwdrivers with me and some repair accessories or tools. I was taking out the key, nothing happened, so the VSS code was still there. Now I was playing around, and that's quite good to know in case you don't know, is that, and I cannot guarantee you can do it on 2019 and 20 models, but for sure on 2021 and most probably on 2022 and so on. You can go to your dashboard, go, I believe, to settings, and inside of the settings, when you have a fault code, like in our case was VSS fault, there will be an error code. So I was able, and actually I have pictures of 2 codes that were appearing there. So it's C006C and C0063, very common codes. So what are these codes about? Well, I still believe I had to do something with it because I was riding nuts. And the problem comes from factory, is that your steering angle, it's not in correspondence with angle of your rides, let's say, or something like this. So basically the nanny, the computer, gets some error. Okay, we should be going like under this angle, we are going slightly different one. There is a VSS fault. Now, what's the solution and was I able to fix it? The solution is you need to go to a BRP center. They need to insert something like a needle to lock the steering of your bike and use butts to recalibrate it. It might not work. This is very common VSS fault issue. It happens a lot. I don't know, like, I don't want to get hypothetical why it is happening. There is a wrong calibration from the factory. Now, it might not work. In that case, they will need to apply some kind of spacers, so there is enough gap for your nanny not to throw in VSS code. So that's the second kind of solution. Now, was I able to fix it, and what was the other kind of thing that was happening during the ride when the VSS code was there? It was very strange because the guy was, I told him, like, I'm in the limp hold mode. I don't know what's gonna happen. Most probably I'll be not able to ride over 50 kilometers an hour, 60 kilometers an hour, 30 miles or something. And actually the speeder was telling me 50. And the dude says, like, Martin, is everything okay? Because we are going 70, 80, 90. And the bike over the time as I was riding, and I was riding like a normal person, and actually we ended up going like more on a straight road. And I hit very heavily one pothole because I thought it's something like with the connectors or maybe on the wheels. The VSS disappeared. So of course I went to the BRP, we do the recalibration. But what was more interesting for me to find out, on 2021 model, there is already an upgrade, at least for my EQ, my system that I have, that gives this different numbers in calibration, so there is not a VSS fault. So it allows the tiny bit of extra difference for the computer in order not to throw you the VSS fault. Also, do you have that strange feeling when you are riding and I have 4 bikes, and every single one of them is different. And when I'm riding on let's say Le Mans, and I'm going around the corner, the bike goes around the corner super smooth. And now even this bike, the nanny didn't step in, and I'm not in that kind of brake loose, shaky, and trying to, get me out from the corner. It's because there is an upgrade, and this helped me to get, the nanny is not stepping in, so when you're going around the corner, it's much less, annoying ride. So I'm taking all of the RYKERs to the BRP to do the upgrade. Now this is, in case you would like to turn off the video, it's all over about error codes. One is related to the battery connection or, weak battery. The other one is connected to a very common issue of the wrong calibration from the factory. However, in case you are still watching and you would like to experience Europe on 3 wheels, ToursOn3.com, or these are my contact details. Guys, listen to this. In case you are in Bratislava, Slovakia, tiny country in the heart of Europe, in case you will be on the airport in Vienna, Austria, historical Vienna, in case you will be in Budapest, Hungary, amazing city, in case you will be in Prague, Czech Republic, or Czechia, how they call themselves now these days. All of these cities are capital cities, are within the distance of, let's say 2-3 hours of riding. So that's a unique opportunity to visit me, and I will prepare you the tour of your lifetime. And of course, guys, in case you like what I do, in case you like that I'm not throwing in video ads, go to the MartinTheVlogger.com/shop, and there is a memorabilia. When you buy that memorabilia, you basically support my channel, so I don't have to turn on those bloody video ads. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, visit Slovakia, ToursOn3.com, and always have fun, and I hope you will not get those VSS bloody codes.